Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're reviewing episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So just like all the other episodes, we're going to start off without spoilers, and then we're going to get into some spoilers. So, let's get started. So without spoilers, just like the previous episode, the action was awesome and high budget, and it turned out really good, and it was funny. And it's just so much fun seeing Falcon and Winter Soldier together. Even though they don't like each other, it's still so much fun to watch. And it's so funny as well, so that was awesome. And I don't know how to talk about this any further without spoiling it, so I think we're gonna get into some spoilers. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this episode yet, click away and come back after seeing the episode. I'll give you a few more seconds, click away.
Probably because it was in software development.
Now let's get into some spoilers. So it starts off with John Walker getting ready to make a speech, and he's in this football thing of his old high school locker room. And then we see Walker's new cap suit, which looks a lot like the U.S. agent suit. And that might be because I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be the U.S. agent. They haven't called him that yet because he's supposed to be the new cap. But I think he will become the U.S. agent, and that might be why it looks so similar. Walker does mention in the interview that he's not Tony Stark or Dr. Banner, because they're saying how great he is, and he says, oh, he's not as good as these Avengers, and that's true. You'll never be Captain America. Steve is Captain America. And then Bucky is watching the interview, and you can see he is clearly not happy. He's very upset. And then there are signs everywhere saying Cap is back with John Walker on the cover, because apparently everyone thinks that he'll be able to replace Captain America, even though we know he never will be able to, because Steve's Captain America. Well, actually, there's another Captain America, but we'll get into that later. And then Bucky and Sam meet up, and Bucky's mad at Sam because he gave the shield away. And Sam says that he thinks the Flag Smashers are part of the Big Three: androids, aliens, or wizards. And he said that's because those are the people they normally fight: androids, Ultron; aliens, Thanos; wizards, Loki. Well, he never actually fought Loki himself. But I don't know. Whoops, wrong person. And then he also makes a joke saying Bucky and him are talking. They go, "Wizards aren't real. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a sorcerer. Sorcerer is a wizard, but without a hat." And then they get on this plane. Sam goes, "I have a plan, Buck," but Bucky says only Steve got to call him Buck. And then Bucky tries to jump out of the plane without a parachute like Cap did in Winter Soldier, but he doesn't stick the landing, and he falls on his back. And Sam says he recorded all of that. And then Sam says, "You come out of Wakanda, and look at you now. You're the White Panther." And then Bucky goes, "Actually, it's White Wolf." And that's kind of cool because they're bringing this back from Black Panther, the end credit scene where they call him White Wolf, and they don't really call him White Wolf a whole lot afterwards. And then we see that Bucky can run as fast as a truck, because they're chasing down these trucks, and Bucky's able to run and catch up to them, so apparently he's just that fast. And then we learn that the Flag Smashers are stealing medicines and vaccines. I have no idea why they're doing this. I have a theory why they're doing it, but I could be wrong. And the show did get a warning saying that it will deal with some real world stuff, which might get some people upset. And, well, they're stealing medicines and vaccines, and it's going to have real world problems based on what's going on in the world right now. So you probably know what my theory is. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I could be wrong, but I do have my theories. And then they see someone is inside the truck with the vaccines, and they think it's a hostage, but they find out that it's actually the leader of the Flag Smashers. I believe her name's like Kylie or something like that. I don't remember. And then we get this epic fight scene on top of these trucks with Falcon and Winter Soldier fighting these Flag Smashers. And then John Walker and his partner Hopkins join them and fight. And then we learn that the Flag Smashers are super soldiers, which was one of my theories. My theory was either super soldiers, maybe possibly mutants, but I don't know. I started doubting that they were mutants because I'm not sure how soon they're going to introduce them, but... So we did find out that they were actually super soldiers. And then we find out that Walker has been tracking Sam and Bucky through Red Wing. They hacked into Red Wing, and they've been tracking through it. But Red Wing's destroyed now, so... They can't track him no more. Now Red Wing's dead. Wow. First Sparky dies, now Red Wing dies. Wow, they just love killing these characters. Anyway, moving on. We learned that Lamar Hopkins, Walker's partner, his other name, his like secret identity is, well, not secret identity, but you know what I mean, is Battlestar. And he is that is a name from the comics. I don't know too much about Battlestar from the comics. I might have to research him a little bit. But yeah. And then we see that civilians are actually letting Flag Smashers kind of live with them because they support their cause. So they are letting them hide out in their houses, sleep, eat food, and be on computers and stuff like that. So apparently there are some civilians out there who are all for them and are helping them out. And then Kylie, the leader of the Flag Smashers, gets a text from an unknown private number saying, "You took what was mine. I'm going to find you and kill you." Now I wonder who this is. I don't really have any idea who this could be. Maybe it's possible that the person who had the vaccines and medicines first. Maybe they stole. That's what he's talking about. Maybe not. I don't know. Who do you guys think this is? I have no idea. Oh, also, I think it might be someone she knows, because she looks like she's scared, like she's worried when she gets this text. And the reason why I think she might know who it is because if she's risking her life, almost dying to be a Flag Smasher, I mean, she did whoop Bucky's butt, that's why. And Sam, of course, has to pick on him about it. But still, she is risking her life, and one of the Flag Smashers did end up getting shot. So I don't see why she'd be afraid of a threat through text unless she knew who it was and she was afraid of who it was. So that's why I wonder, maybe she knows who this person is. But I could be completely wrong. And then Bucky says that he wants to take the shield from Walker, but Sam reminds him that that's a bad idea, and that reminds him that that's a bad idea. Wow, I'm stuck. Because of what happened in Civil War, how they were wanted. And we also learned that...
Thank you again for saving us.
I can't shoot that thing. He also tells us that apparently Sharon Carter was an enemy of the state after Civil War. And we do know that we'll be seeing her later on in the theories. And then they go to a house to meet someone, and that is Elijah Bradley. Or Isaiah Bradley. Sorry, wrong Bradley. But Elijah is there too. So, Young Avengers setup. Hopefully, I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And then, this is when we learned that Hydra feared Isaiah, like how they did Cap, and that him and Bucky actually fought when Bucky was a Winter Soldier, and he ripped his metal arm off. So that's kinda crazy. And then we also learn that he was experimented on, he has the super soldier serum, and he became a hero. Like I said before, he became a Captain America. And what they did, the thing they did to him, because he was a hero, was they decided to put him in jail for 30 years. And something that is kind of cool about this is that it is sticking very closely to the comic book origins. So it's kind of cool how close they're keeping to the comic book origins. And then Sam gets mad because nobody knows about Isaiah. Not even Steve knew about Isaiah, which kind of sucks. I'm not sure if he's dead or not yet. I don't think they actually told us. But if Steve is dead, it kind of sucks that he doesn't know about the other Captain America that was out there. And then, moving on, the police almost arrest Sam until they learn he's Falcon, but then they end up arresting Bucky instead because he missed his therapy session. And then, but John Walker gets him out of prison, but him and Sam have to go for one more session. And then we learn that Bucky, the reason why he's so upset is because he's worried that if Sam gave the shield away, that might mean that Steve was wrong about him. And if he was wrong about Sam, he could have been wrong about Bucky too. And then Sam says he did it because he thought it was the right thing to do. Then they agreed that when they're done dealing with the Flag Smashers, they're going to go on long, separate vacations. And then Bucky asks his therapist what rule number 2 was again, and she reminds him it's don't hurt anyone. Then Sam and Bucky agree that they shouldn't work with Walker and his partner Hopkins, and then Walker threatens them, saying, "Then stay out of my way." And it felt like throughout the episode they were trying to show that, oh, he's not necessarily a bad guy, he's just annoying, and he's just annoying. But then this scene shows that he's not just annoying, he's also mean too, and he could be a possible threat. And he might even end up being a villain of the show. And then after the scene is where we do see a Flag Smasher sacrifice himself to the others to get away, and he does end up getting shot and killed. And then Sam and Bucky need to learn more about Hydra, so they go to one of the people they know knows a lot about Hydra, and that is Zemo. And Sam says, "Alright, let's go see Zemo." And then it ends. Credits. So, kinda crazy. And I can't wait to see what happens next. But my question is, what's gonna go on with Patriot? Because they introduced him, well, his alter ego, Elijah, in this episode, so I'm hoping that they're gonna show him slowly become Patriot throughout the show. Throughout the episodes, they could introduce him, show his origin story throughout these episodes. But I could be wrong, because they also could show his origin in another movie or a TV show, or maybe he's just there and they're not gonna do much with him yet. I theorized close to when they announced the show. I was like, oh, what they could do is they could introduce Patriot in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it looks like I might be right. And I hope so, because I am excited. I want to see Young Avengers in the MCU, and I enjoy their comic book series. My favorite one being, I believe it was the first series of comics. And why not? We already have Wiccan, we have Billy, we know we're getting Kate Bishop. Now there's a chance they could be giving us Patriot, and that would be really cool to see. But what did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Do you think Patriot will be, or do you think Elijah will become Patriot in this show? Or do you think he's going to become Patriot in a later on project? Also, who do you think texted Kylie? Do you think she knows who it is? And yeah, thank you for taking time to watch. And if you want to see more videos like this, I reviewed every episode of WandaVision, I reviewed the previous episode, and hopefully future episodes of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I played games like Marvel's Avengers, and Fortnite as Marvel and DC characters. So if you want to see that, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post and go live. And if you like this video, please hit like. Thanks for the time to watch, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.